welcome to our profile allocation video. To allocate some profiles to devices, we first need to be into Endpoint Manager. So we'll click on Applications and go down to Endpoint Manager. Okay, we will very quickly go down to our Profiles area. I'll just very quickly add a couple demo profiles here. So let's add a Windows profile. Let's say this is YouTube Windows AV. So let's add some details in very quickly. Right, there is one profile. Let's quickly go and create another profile. So what we'll do is we'll create three so we can talk about layering very quickly as we assign new profiles as well. Let's keep the same name, shall we? So what we'll do is we'll do a very quick patch profile. So we put some patches out there and then we'll add one with a monitor. What's really good about this is even though I'm not talking about it, you can type of see the flow continuing from one of our previous videos of how you can create profiles. Right, we'll create one last profile so we can then talk about assigning these profiles to devices, groups, etc. Right, let's very quickly alter this because that there was not what it's supposed to be. As you can see, the best of us can easily make mistakes. So if we go and quickly add a monitor, we can then talk about layering and getting these on devices. Okay, so what we'll do, let's expand the menus, make it a little bit easier as well. So when we talk about our profiles and assigning these to endpoints, we have multiple ways of doing this. So here's the three profiles that I've just created with different licensing types. And in a moment you'll see there are no devices associated to these profiles. So what we need to do is make these profiles active. And we can do that by assigning them to a device directly. We can do that by assigning them to a group, or we can even assign them to a user inside the portal. So any device allocated to that user will also get the profile. So we'll start off first of all with the easiest way. So if we go to our device list, and what we'll do is we'll pick on our top machine here, which is a Windows-based machine. And we'll see here we have a Manage Profiles button. If we click on that there, it gives us the option now to see what profiles we got, which as you can see is none. and also the ability to add some. So if I click add here, here are the 3 profiles I've just created, and I can click save. That'll now add them there, and they are directly on the device. Now to show you what that does, if we then click on the actual device itself, and we look at associated profiles, you'll see here we have the name of the profiles we created. You can see the class or type of the profile. You can see how it's associated to the device. Is it associated by a device directly, which it is in this case, or is it via a group? So what we'll do is we will turn around and we will now edit this here. We'll take away that one there, and we'll take away the monitor as well. We'll remove both of those, leaving just the patch. So now if we go back to our device list, you'll see that this is under the default customer. So what we'll do is we are going to go and find our group default customer. And you'll see we have no groups there at the moment. It's just one big area. Oh no, I apologise, sorry. There's loads and loads of groups under here. But it should be under this one here, which is the default. There we go. I apologise. It's very rare to see this many groups, but when you have a lot of groups, you do get pages of groups. So we got our customer group here with device groups underneath. If we look at our default device group, which is what you get for every customer, we can change our view to group management, and upon that there we can manage profiles. As you can see, we have no profiles here, so if we go add, what we'll do is do a very quick filter to find them easier. And we'll add in our 2 profiles. If we now save, it'll take a moment, but it'll now add this to the group. And that means that any device within the group will get these profiles. So if I go back to our device list, we know it's our top device here. And if we go to associated profiles, you'll now see we have, once again, 3 profiles with the various types, but you will notice that we have different associated areas. And you'll see here we've got 3 of the same type, or 2 of the same type and a free one. Now if we go back to our device list, we get what we call an overarching profile assignment. And you'll notice that we had RMM, RMM and free. So RMM is the only one that's going to apply because it overrides the free license. But if we look down the list here, we can see we also have some devices that have the XCS tag, which is the Xitium Client Security. So this here device would need 2 different licenses, not just one. So if we go back and look at our associated profiles here, we've got 3 or 2 RMMs and a free one. What happens with all profiles is they get layered and pulled together to make one overarching profile that's applied to the device. So if you had monitors in one profile and you had patch information in another, you would find that it would pull this together to make one profile combining both sets of settings. And it does the same with the antivirus as well. So the final and other way of doing association is via the user. So if we click on the user and go to our user list, what we'll do is we'll pick on just the top user, and you'll see once we're in the user there is a manage profiles button. We can click that there and add the profiles in exactly the same way. And then if I I go back to the user, you'll see there's an associated devices list. So any devices associated to this user will get the profiles assigned to the user. So we could have profiles in 3 different locations, and when they're applied to a device in total, they will compile to make one complete profile. So that's how we associate the profiles to devices to make our system work. That's all we've got time for today. Thank you very much for your attention, and keep tuned with more videos on the way. Thank you very much.